YBA Capo, man. You know I'm up close and personal with 380 Entertainment.
What's up? It's 380 Entertainment. This is Up Close and Personal featuring YBA Capo in the house. Go ahead and introduce yourself for us.
Hey, I'm YBA Capo. I'm from Carrollton, Georgia. Born and raised. I've been rapping for about 5 years now.
All right. So tell me a backstory behind your name.
My name, well, Capo basically is like, not a lot of people have that name. And Capo for me, it means boss. And that's what my record label is. Young Bosses Association. I've been on that since I was 13.
And you do basically all your mixing and mastering and beats, correct?
Oh yeah, I do everything. Some of my beats, I found them on YouTube, or I also have a personal producer, Ken Crucial.
All right. Yeah, how was it like growing up for you? Like, how did rapping become a hobby for you, or now a career-driven type thing for you?
Cause like my dad, he was a rapper, so like I always wanted to be like him.
Oh.
So basically, like I just took on from after him.
All right. Who's your dad?
Anthony North.
All right. So, what were your interests outside of music? Did you play any sports or anything like that?
Basketball.
Basketball? Were you good?
Oh yeah, I'm fine.
When did you start taking music seriously?
About 2 years ago.
About
That's
2
when I really
years.
started grinding and putting in the work and everything.
So what is like one of the hardest things right now for an independent artist?
Basically getting your music out. That's like the main thing, trying to like build your brand and like put it on bigger platforms.
Right. Okay. Like in music, who's your like top 5 inspirations for what you do?
Basically, Lil Key, I would say Young Thug, Future, Lil Baby, and Gunna.
All right. So what would you generalize your music as? What genre do you think you represent?
I'm versatile, but I would mainly say hip hop.
Hip hop. So trap style music.
Trap style.
Right. So what kind of trials did you face in your life, do you think?
Like, as in what?
So what have you been through where you can kind of like, what have you been through and it reflects in your music, basically?
Basically, like everything I went through when I was like the separation of my parents and everything, basically that, and it's like, I just want to push hard to make both of them happy.
All right. Okay. So if you had a time machine, what would you do different?
Start music earlier.
Okay. You would start music earlier. Do you feel like you would have more of a head start right now if you would have started earlier?
Yeah, I'd probably be like better than I am, because every time I work on a song, I try to make myself even better.
So as an independent artist, you said that, you know, getting your music on the platforms, but what about financing and things like that? Do you find that as a struggle to actually push your art forward? Do you feel like finances kind of make you not go as far as you could go with your art?
Yeah, if I had like more than I had now, then I'll be able to push it even farther.
All right. And studios like 380 Entertainment do, you know, supply those needs for independent artists. Are you planning to stay independent, or are you looking to sign?
I'm looking to sign, but I'm trying to get a bag though. I gotta have a bag.
Okay. So you do create your own beats. So walk us through that process of creating your own beat for other independent artists that maybe can't, you know, finesse it the same way.
But yeah, basically I've been producing for 6 years, and like, well, my beat process, I usually start off with my 808s, basically so I can catch the groove of it, and then I put my melodies into it and my hi-hats and my claps and everything, basically.
What kind of software do you use for your beats?
For my beats, I use FL Studio 12 and I use 11.
All right. So back to your father, basically, you said, what was his name again?
His name was Anthony North, but his rap name was Skinny Marciano, like back then.
And what area did he mostly was rapping in?
Carrollton.
Carrollton? Okay. And is he still, you know, performing and doing music?
Every now and then. He kind of stopped doing the music, but he's like, I try to get him back on it because he's my inspiration. He's
your inspiration. So as in supporting wise, you feel like he's a great support in what you do?
Yeah, he is.
Okay. So who are your top 5 favorite producers, since you do produce your own things?
Like in beats?
Right. Like, well, let's start with, in beats.
Yeah, well, beats, I like Zaytoven, 808 Mafia, Metro Boomin, let me see, Danny Wolf, and Sonny Digital.
Okay. And do you think you try to their inspiration so much, like you try to find your sound within them, or do you feel like you're trying to create your own lane and your own sound?
My own lane and my own sound.
Your own sound. Okay. Just how did you learn? How did you even know that? Okay, I'm gonna produce my own stuff. I'm gonna make my own beats. How did you know where to start with that? Was it your father? Was he making his own stuff? Was he producing his own beats and things like that? No. So how did you get started?
I just basically I started off learning it from YouTube, and then I went to the studios, like the big studios, like Patchworks and stuff like that, and I watched what they did basically. And then like the dude from Patchworks, he helped me. He like basically gave me everything and like what to do.
With networking out here, how do you feel about networking? Is it easy to you, or is it a daily struggle for you to network and to broaden your brand as an independent artist?
I mean, it's kind of hard for me to network because I'm antisocial.
Right.
So that's like the main challenge. But like other people, they basically do it for me though. And they'll like spread the word.
So do you feel like if you could step outside of your comfort zone more, that you would probably be further ahead with your career?
I would.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Okay. What's one of your favorite movies? Let's start.
My favorite movies?
Yeah.
Black Panther.
Black Panther, and it just dropped.
Yes,
okay.
I like that.
So, do you feel like you had to struggle or had to fight for any of this, or you feel like it's a little bit easier because you do have the support of your father, you do have those monetary things that are kind of given to you?
Yeah, it's easy.
It's easier.
It's easy.
So how do you feel about people in the industry that it's not easy for them and they don't see you the same because you kind of basically have all the tools?
I mean, like, it's not my fault.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, I know people do go through struggles and they like can't get studio time, but I mean, like, there's always like little studios in your area that you can go to and like put in your grind. I mean, you can like get a job or something like that and just save up and buy studio equipment, basically.
So do you listen to 90s hip hop?
90s hip hop? Not really.
No, not really.
I used to.
Do you feel like you, like, as a young person, that you should study the greats that came before you?
I feel like I should.
You should, right?
Because I used to listen to it, like my parents, they listen to it in the car. It's just I don't listen to it like on my own free time.
All right.
It's just like that, basically.
Whenever you are maybe going through it or tight on money, what are one of your struggle meals?
Struggle meals?
Right.
Cereal. Facts.
Right. Okay, so if you say you won the lottery today, now you have everything you possibly, would you still do music?
Still would do music.
You still do music?
It's my passion.
Would you go at it as hard as you go at it now?
I would go even harder to get to the millions. Alright.
Okay, YBA Capo. Okay, tell the fans what you have coming up right now.
I mean, I'm working on a mixtape actually. There's probably gonna be about 12 songs on there. I don't have a name for it, but I might name it No Pen, No Pad. That's what I'm thinking about naming it.
All right, and what projects do you already have out there for your fans to go check you out right now?
I actually don't.
You have Top Route right now that you just dropped on Instagram, which is really dope.
Appreciate it.
Really dope song. All right, so give them your Instagram handles and your handles real quick.
Oh, yeah, my Instagram is YBA Capo. My Snapchat YBA BXBY1.
All right, and just what would you tell an artist that is in the same journey as you are? Give them some advice for how they can continue on the journey.
Keep grinding, keep working. You gotta put in the time. You gotta make it. You gotta be dedicated. You feel me? Rappers don't get sleep, so you can't just be sleeping around. So you gotta be up all night grinding. And if you don't got a studio, write it down. Find you a little local studio and get it done.
All right, we got YBA Capo, 380 Entertainment, and this is Up Close and Personal.
Slide me, is you ready or not? Poppin' Molly, mixin' with the lean, yeah. She got mileage, is she ready or not? Brand new top where you gon' see a red dot. Bitch, I slide me, is you ready or not? Poppin' Molly, mixin' with the lean, yeah. She got mileage, is she ready or not? I'm a slimy nigga, I'll wipe your nose. Told her beat it up.